Try to do this. 1, 2, boom. Okay. Continue. Alright, wait, I'm just confused with this now. Wait. Let me do this. New. Okay. Campaign. Yes. I think I remember this part. Yeah, okay. Is that underwater? Yeah, I think so. That's under the water.
I am here off the coast of Panama where we just recovered what we believe to be the coffin of legendary explorer Sir Francis Drake, who was buried at sea over 400 years ago. Are you sure you want to be defiling your ancestors' remains like that?
You make it sound so dirty. Besides, thought you didn't believe me.
Well, I did do my research, and apparently Francis Drake didn't have any children.
Well, history can't be wrong, you know. For example, you can't defile an empty coffin.
What the hell?
You devil.
What is it? I funded this expedition.
Hey,
you wouldn't have...
got your story, lady.
Look, Mr. Drake, you signed a contract. I have a right to see every single thing that...
Could you hold that thought?
Sully? We got some trouble. Hurry it up.
Okay. What's going on?
Pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah, the modern kind. They don't take prisoners. At least not male prisoners.
Wait, what are you talking about? Shouldn't we call the authorities or something?
Yeah, that'd be a great idea, but we don't exactly have a permit to be here.
What?
Yeah, so unless you want to end up in a Panamanian jail, we should probably handle this ourselves.
Well, what's worse?
You obviously haven't been in a Panamanian jail. Do you know how to use one of these?
Yeah, it's like a camera. You just point and shoot, right?
Good girl. Here we go.
How the hell they find us out here?
These guys have been tailing me for weeks. Thought I lost them.
So what'd you do to piss them off?
It's kind of a long story.
These guys don't like you much, do they?
Less talking, more shooting. Hurry up, Sully. Oh, no, you don't.
Where are you? Okay, that's not good.
What's that? Woo! All right, sorry. Oh, I don't think I'm getting my security deposit back.
Kevin!
Oh, thank God.
Damn it.
Ship's gonna blow. We gotta jump.
Oh, wait.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Come on. Go.
All right.
I can't leave you alone for a minute, can I?
I had everything under control until they blew up the boat. You all right?
Nothing that years of therapy won't fix.
Well, if it isn't the beautiful Victor Sullivan.
For Christ's sakes. What do you say we get out of here before we attract any more attention?
Alright, now it's completed.
Well?
Little present from Sir Francis.
Oh, so you found the coffin. Wait a minute, is this what I think it is?
Drake's lost diary. He faked his death, just like I said, Sully. He must have been onto something big.
Yeah, well, let's just keep that between us.
Thanks for the loan, Mr. Drake. I think I've earned a look at that diary when we land.
So look, when Drake sailed into the Pacific, he took the Spanish fleet completely by surprise. He captured their ships, he took all their maps, their letters, their journals, and he recorded everything in this diary.
So this...
But when he got back to England, Queen Elizabeth confiscated all of his charts and logbooks, including this one, and then swore his entire crew to silence.
Yeah, so
You
this...
see, Drake discovered something on that voyage, Sully. Something so secret and so valuable, they couldn't risk it getting out.
All right, Nate, just pretend for a minute that I don't really care about any of that stuff and cut to the chase, would you?
Man only interested in the climax. You must be a real hit with the ladies.
Never had any complaints.
Okay, then. I'll jump to the good part, just for you.
El goddamn Dorado.
He was onto something big,
All
all
right,
right.
all
Does it
right.
say anything else?
Oh, so now you're interested, huh?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no. Last page was torn out. I'm telling you, Sully. This is it. This is finally it.
Yeah. Only... we got one little problem.
Yes, that's what I said. It blew up. It sank. No, that's why we have insurance, right? Oh. Oh no, the camera? No, the camera's fine. Don't worry about the camera. No. Still as good as new.
Sully, the girl can hold her own. You should have seen her.
Fine. You go on out there and you tell her, we just found the lost city of gold. Maybe her producer can get it on the air
Oh,
tonight.
come on.
Nate, do you trust me?
More or less.
Yo,
Good.
is this
Because we're
just
gonna
not
have
for
every
me?
two-bit scumbag in the world racing
okay.
us to this treasure unless we
Well,
cut
can you
her
type
loose
your YouTube
right
name?
now.
Should I do it?
You're a real gentleman, Sully.
I know. It stinks. She'll get over it.
No, I don't care for over budget. I mean, do you realize that this could be like the biggest story of the year? Hi. No, I don't trust him, okay? That's why we need to move fast. So just get me the camera crew, and I promise you that... Son of a bitch. Hey! Should have seen that one coming. Ugh.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, kid. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Yeah, you weren't too
Wait, put your YouTube name. I'll subscribe to you.
Well, that was different. Although I must admit, equally
That's what
as
I'm saying.
strenuous.
Well, hang in there, old-timer. We're just about there.
You know, this reminds me. I ever tell you about the time I pawned a phony 16th century Santa off on Pablo Escobar? Risky move, but by the time he figured it out, I was... Nate, are you even listening to me?
Hanging on every word.
Why waste it? You really think Francis Drake came all the way up here, huh? We're an awful long way from England.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna look that up right now. Alright, there it goes. I subscribed. Alright, did you subscribe for me? Because I just subscribed.
I don't get it. According to this, we're right on top of the mark.
Maybe you're not reading that thing right. Let me see it.
No, this is the place.
There's nothing here, Nate. Another goddamn dead end.
Easy, Sully. Just relax. Let's take a look around.
Man, This
Welcome,
is like trying
bro.
to find a bride
You're
in a
welcome.
brothel.
Did you subscribe to mine?
What do you think this is, Incan?
Nah, it's older than that. Like 2,000 years older.
Alright, thanks, bro. Thanks. That really helps a lot, bro. Wait, are you on my friend list or did you just join from YouTube?
Find anything?
Nothing yet.
Whoa! Be careful up there. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I'm trying to just get this thing situated. Okay, right here. Right here. Oh. Right here.
Hey, there's something funny about the ground down there.
It's hollow. We gotta find a way to smash through this.
Oh, right there, bruh. Oh, I just found it. I'm gonna go up there then. Oh. Okay, I get it now. Right here. Right here. Right here. Alright, see you later, bro. I'll see you later. Oh. Oh, that was so easy, dude. Right here. Right here.
Good work, kid. Flashlights for this one. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Alright, but oh, God, dude.
What a warm and homey place.
Well, not quite what you were expecting, huh?
Yeah. Where's all the damn gold?
Yeah, this place was picked clean centuries ago.
No good limey pirate.
No, it wasn't Drake. Check this out. Looks like the Spanish got here before he did. What the hell, Sully?
Nate, I'm not looking for a lousy piece of tin. I'm up to my eyeballs in debt. I was really counting on this one.
Too many big bartends in Lima, I
That and, well, just a few bad deals.
guess. Yeah, well, I always told you to stay away from the bad guys. And the bad girls.
Yeah? Look who's talking.
Hi guys.
What's that supposed to mean?
This is Izzy
That
Tag.
reporter?
I'm not supposed
I
to.
saw the way you were eyeing her.
And
Elena?
well,
And she's
Please.
fit.
I snuffed any
Sorry,
chance with her the second we ditched her on that dock.
I really,
All's
she's
fair
really
in love
nice.
and war, kid.
And
No.
I hope
What
you
if
like.
you can't tell the difference?
I
Then,
hate
my
you.
friend,
I love
you
you
were in
song.
big trouble.
I'm Alice. I live in England and come from a religious family. We weren't the type of family that only listens to gospel songs or anything, but we went to church every Sunday, prayed, and led a pretty normal life. I made many friends from church and Sunday school, but there was one who was, and still is, my best friend. His name is Tyler, and we've been friends since we learned how to walk. Although we went to different schools, our parents got along, and we'd see each other
Careful,
almost
Nate.
every weekend
Quite
and
a
every
drop.
day after school. His parents were a lot
kidding.
stricter and a lot more religious than mine, and would hardly let him have any friends unless they fitted in perfectly to what they would class as a good person. In fact, I was one of the only people he was actually allowed to see privately. He could only listen to certain songs, watch certain TV shows, and had a really strict set of rules to live by. The biggest issue his parents had was with homosexuals. Under no circumstances was he allowed any gay friends. And that was the biggest problem. I remember being 8 or 9 years old when we'd sneak into my brother's room to play with his gaming cards, but then I'd catch him looking at a picture of my brother, gazing and becoming lost in his own thoughts. I didn't think much of it at the time, until I began to notice he was flirting with boys more and more. He was extremely feminine and loved to do his nails, talk to girls, and play with makeup. The more I noticed these things, the more I knew he was gay, but I didn't know how to bring it up and talk to him about it. When his parents started to have ideas about what was going on, they were having none of it. One day, he was caught putting on his mother's makeup. The next day, I saw him with a bruise on his wrist. He explained that his father grabbed him so hard that the ring he was wearing began digging into his arm, leaving him with a bruise. Things only got worse from here on. Fast forward a few years, and we're both 15 years old. We were just talking on his bed when his parents came crashing into his room, his dad with a belt in his hand, and his mother holding a computer. I look up, first to see the anger in his dad's face, and then to the screen. On the screen was
We gotta find a way across.
a picture of him and a boy holding hands on a bed. I could see the fear in Tyler's face. He was trying to convince them it wasn't gay. It was just a friend. I knew that if I did nothing right then, things would get much worse. I took a large gulp and said, "He's not gay.
Hey, that
He's
looks like an
my
old powder
boyfriend."
keg over there.
Tyler and his parents both looked equally as shocked. Tyler's father then said, "Well, if he is, then why don't you prove it?" I paused for a minute, looked deeply into his eyes, and then locked lips with him. It probably lasted only a few seconds, but it felt like an eternity. I could hear nothing
Try
apart from my
shifting that
heartbeat
keg.
gotten
Maybe the
real
powder's
bad at
still
the right
good.
thing. We both looked to his parents, who were already retreating backwards in shock. His father still staring Tyler down as he backed out of the room. As the door clicked shut, Tyler turned to me, gave me a massive hug, and began to cry. He was so grateful, but at the same time, he was scared of what would happen if his parents ever found out the truth. He said to me, "If my parents knew I was gay, they'd disown me, leave me on the streets." The whole next week, Tyler's words haunted me. I knew how strict his parents were, and I understood their beliefs. But I was also sure they loved him, and I was sure they wouldn't see him left on the streets. I had to speak with him, but I didn't want to do it at his house, where it would have been awkward for everyone. That weekend, I met Tyler in the park, and he looked at me, embarrassed and shy, and once again said to me, "I've known for years, but I didn't know how to tell you." He sat and poured his heart out to me, and I just listened and gave him occasional reassurance. The longer he spoke to me, the more I could see the weight being lifted from his shoulders. The conversation went from being a dark, upsetting one to a friendly chat about feelings that should have happened years ago, and I wish it had. I could see the pressure he had been carrying all on his own when he really just needed someone to talk to and a friendly shoulder to cry on. Tyler knew this was But getting all
Shoot
that
the
off his
barrel.
chest gave him massive confidence, and for the first time in his life, he could see how things might not actually be that bad after all. Tyler has since come out to his friends and family, and although his parents didn't agree with his choice, they did accept it and still love him for who he is. Not only that, but he had full support from all of his friends, so every time he couldn't turn to his parents for advice and understanding, his friends were never far away. As for me, well, I'm happy I was there for my best friend in his darkest hour, when he most needed someone to be there for him. And I look forward to many more great years of our friendship.
See if you can jam it from the other side. Hurry up, Nate.
All right, let go. This ought to hold it. Hurry, Sully!
That was a little too close. Let's hope this place has a back
my
door.
name's Maya, and I want to tell you about the time I made the
This looks
biggest mistake
familiar.
of my
I
life.
think there's something in Drake's journal
My
about
dad
this.
died when I was little, and it took my mom years to start dating again. She said that I was all she needed to be happy, but I always knew life would be better for her if she had a boyfriend.
Yeah, here it is.
That's why I was stoked
Looks like this
when
thing
she
is some
started
kind of
dating
lamp
Aaron.
or brazier.
She treated my mom the
See
way
if you
she
can light it.
deserved, and always bought her flowers
After
and
all
took
your
her out to
bitching about
dinner.
the cigar, now
You
it
can't
comes in
imagine
handy.
how excited I was when he proposed, and my mom said yes. I mean, I loved being a bridesmaid, and I'll never forget how beautiful my mom looked on her wedding day. But there was one problem, though. Aaron's son, Jared. He was so freaking gorgeous. It was as if he just came out of a movie. And Jared wasn't just good looking. He was also a really nice person.
We gotta
And
figure a
even
way to
though
clear
he
this
was a couple years
debris.
older than me, he'd always say hi to me at school and carry my books when we walked home together. In fact, Jared was that guy. You know, the one boy in school everyone likes. That's why, after me and my mom moved into his house, all my
This
friends
wood's pretty
got
dry.
super jealous
We could
of
burn
me
it.
because I got to hang out with him all the time. My two best friends even tried to contact him on Facebook, but he just completely ignored them. So, of course, I had a huge crush on him. I mean, who wouldn't? But after a while, I began to think that he felt the same way about me. I mean, there was no other reason.
Try
why he
shooting one of those lamps down.
But if he liked me, why wouldn't he tell me so? Well, I thought he was just too shy, and that's why I decided to make the first move. I waited until our parents left the house to go on a date night, and then I asked Jared if he wanted to watch a movie with me. He said yes, and we made some popcorn and sat down on the couch together. I don't remember what movie we watched, but as we ate the popcorn, our hands kept touching each other, and I knew I had to do something. So I just turned to him and kissed him. I can still remember his face, that I was just a silly little what to say, so I just started crying and ran to my room. I've never felt more ashamed in my life, and I felt like I had ruined everything. Luckily for me, Jared didn't tell anyone what I'd done, but still, things were never the same between us. When we were on our own in the house, we both stayed in our rooms avoiding each other, and even stopped saying hi to me at school. The worst part was that we lived in the same house, so I couldn't just avoid him. That's why every time I saw him, I remembered what an idiot I'd been. I wish I'd never tried to kiss my own stepbrother. Have you ever fallen in love with the wrong person? Tell us your story in the comments and share this video with all your friends.
Hi, my name's Frederick, but everyone's always called me Freddy. So, for years, I've had a crush on this girl in our school. Her name's Emma, and she is like an angel. I remember the first time I saw her. I was only 7 years old, but I was smitten. She has this laugh that even if you're having the worst day ever, it'll still make you smile. She's not just beautiful, she's smart too. My friends teased me all throughout elementary school and middle school, saying a girl like that would never fall for a nerd like me. But still, I sent her cards every Valentine's Day, and once we got to high school, I decided to just be brave and ask her out. Never in my wildest dreams did I think she'd actually say yes, but she did. she agreed to be my girlfriend. I suddenly became the luckiest boy in the world. We've been dating for 6 months so far, and it's been the dreamiest 6 months ever. I'm completely in love with her, and I think she loves me too. Maybe one day she'd even become my wife. I really hope so. We go on a date every Friday night, and sometimes even on Sundays. I have quite a big allowance, and I used to spend it on books and video games, but now I spend it all on Emma, and it makes me so happy to see her happy. We usually go to fancy restaurants. My father is quite up and respected in our town, so as soon as they hear my surname, they always make space for Emma and I. On Sundays, we usually go shopping. I won't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of balls, but Emma loves them. She could shop till she dropped, so we usually go with her and treat her to some special things. I mean, what else am I going to spend my money on? My girlfriend deserves the best. Her 16th birthday was coming. I was planning to buy her a diamond bracelet that I'd seen her wearing. She got it. So, the week before her birthday, I went to the shop and bought it. And then I decided to get her the matching necklace and earrings too. I wanted to make it the most amazing birthday for her. I thought, gifts might be enough. Maybe I could surprise her somehow too. So then I hatched a plan. I told her I had to go away with my parents the weekend of her birthday because my cousin was getting married. She said it was okay. She would just spend it with her girlfriend and we could celebrate together. I smiled to myself. This was going to be the best surprise ever. The day of her birthday finally arrived. That evening, I ran around buying her favourite handcrafted chocolates from Switzerland and the most beautiful bunch of 100 roses. I wrapped jewellery up in a velvet box and tied it with a bow. And around lunchtime, I set off for her house. I was quite nervous. What if she'd already left with her girlfriend? Or what if she didn't like the gifts? I couldn't remember if she even liked roses. Oh no. I told myself to stop worrying, and eventually I reached her place. I could hear voices coming from the backyard. I was relieved that she was still here. I had planned to knock on the front door, which is how they normally do it in the movie, but I figured I could improvise a bit and surprise her in the backyard. I tiptoed along the wall and stopped to check everything was in the right place. Then I heard her beautiful laugh. I love the laugh so much. I got ready to turn the corner and shout surprise. And suddenly I froze in my tracks. I heard my name. She was talking about me. I wonder what she was saying. I bet she'd just been saying what a wonderful boyfriend I was, and that she was so sad I was missing her birthday. But then I heard all her friends laughing. One of them asked her why she's even dating a dork like me, and that it's clearly not for my good looks or fun personality. Then another friend interrupted before Emma had even replied to the first friend and asked if I had a brother. Then they all laughed again, and Emma said, yeah, but Freddy's brother isn't stupid. He'd never fall for a gold digger the way Freddy fell for me. Then she said, can you believe Freddy actually thinks I like him? I mean, we all know it's his money I like. I bet he'll even have gotten me something with diamonds for my birthday. You girls all need to get yourself a rich boyfriend too. It's the best. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I just stood there in shock, my mouth wide open. I felt like I was frozen in place. But I couldn't just stand there and do nothing. What do you think of this story? Are you ready for part 2? Please feel...
I know how hard it can be.
Hi, I'm Freddy. You might remember me as the guy who got fooled by a gold digger girlfriend. If you missed the first part, please click here to watch it. In that part, I told you how I found out this bitter truth about my girlfriend that I loved so much. Finding this out while I was about to surprise her on her birthday was heartbreaking. That day, I'd overheard her making fun of how she tricked me into thinking that she likes me, while in fact she was only putting up with me for my money. I mean, my parents' money. I'm only 18. Anyway, to say the least, I was devastated and miserable. I couldn't believe that the girl I was in love with and thought of as my future wife was in fact very shallow and materialistic. What is killing me the most is feeling like I'm such a fool for not noticing any of the red flags that were in front of me the whole time. That day, I was walking away and I heard them laughing loudly. loudly and making fun of how clueless I was. I went back home, feeling distressed, and kept trying to comprehend how she could pull such an act on me with dazzling proficiency. The more I thought about it, the more angry I became. But unfortunately, I somehow still felt that I loved her. Despite learning that she's someone different from who I thought she was, my feelings for her just couldn't change that easily. And I kept thinking of what will happen to me if I break up with her, and how much I'm going to miss her eyes, her smile, her voice, and everything about her. However, I couldn't allow her to control me any longer. I felt hurt, and wished I could talk to someone, but I decided against it. I mean, I wasn't ready to be humiliated for being so simple-minded in front of anyone anymore. I've had my share from my beloved girlfriend, and I don't want to be the victim. Meanwhile, I didn't say anything to Emma. I wanted her to think that I still had no idea of what she's really after. That is why I wasn't going to break up with her and give her the easy way out. Then I needed to give her a taste of her own medicine. So I decided to drastically change the way I treated her. Since she was whining about the way she puts up with my personality and how she can barely stand me, I was about to give her an even bigger challenge to put up with. As a start, I sent her a happy birthday text after a day had passed, saying, "Happy birthday, sorry I forgot, haha." And when I saw her, she was expecting a gift from me, which of course she wasn't going to get. Instead, I told her that I got her something sentimental, and I gave her a flower that I had picked from our backyard. The look on her face was priceless. She was so confused and mad. I asked her what was wrong, and she couldn't say a word. I then told her that I knew that our love went beyond material things, and that's why I got her something simple to express my feelings. Emma looked at me like she was about to kill me, and with a fake tone, she said, "Thank you, baby."
Wait, I recognize these scenes.
Felt uneasy, and I found myself sometimes wishing it was just a bad dream that will end, so that I can stay with her forever.
The order of these signs has some
Despite this, I convinced myself that I should go on with my plan for my own good. I started to treat her very poorly, or let's just say, treating her the way she deserved. I stopped checking up on her, always told her that I was too busy and didn't have time to meet or talk on the phone, and whenever we spoke, I only spoke about myself and my family. However, what made her angry the most was that I stopped buying her expensive gifts. I played it smart, and I kept her thinking that I will buy her the things she asked for. I told her yes to everything she wanted, but never actually bought it. This played its role in keeping her hopeful so that she would stay with me, and it worked. Weirdly enough, her attitude changed in an unexpected way. She started acting way nicer to me, for example. She started using what's so-called magic words in children's books, like sorry and please and thank you. She even started to care about how I was and what I was up to, which made me still feel like I had feelings for her. But the truth was that Emma thought herself that I had lost interest in her, and she was desperate to earn it back, and that's why she acted that way. But to her misfortune, I was as cold as ice, and I didn't give her the attention she was thirsty for. At some point, I felt like I was satisfied with how things were going, as I was wasting her time with me, and she was putting up with everything, thinking she's getting something materialistic in return. By then, I could also see that Emma wasn't the girl for me, and being in love with her was crazy on my part. And to be honest, I'd had enough of her, and didn't really want to see her anymore. Therefore, I decided to set up a plan that will surely make her disappear in a heartbeat. I told her that I was going to take her away for the weekend to my father's hotel. I informed her that many high-profile people will be there because it's a fancy party. I highlighted the word fancy and told her that she should look as graceful as possible. You have to see Emma's face. She was too excited to hear that and started to get herself ready for the big event. She packed all kinds of expensive stuff that I got her, dresses, jewelry, shoes, and more. When Emma arrived to the hotel, she looked very impressed with how fancy it looked. But what she didn't know is that it was the moment I was going to make her feel sorry for using me. I asked the hotel service to take the bags to the room and told Emma that we needed to talk. She looked a bit puzzled, but she agreed. The first sentence I said completely left her in shock. "Emma, I'm not going to buy you anything anymore." But then she asked why. Oh, I was waiting for that question. I then told her that I knew all about her using me for the money, and that I will end everything between us. Emma frowned and said, "All right, Freddie, there may be some truth to that, but my feelings changed for you after a while. I became very attracted to you. I wanted your attention so badly, and I kept thinking about you the whole time. It's like I suddenly started to fall hard for you." I looked at Emma and told her that I'm afraid that she won't stay with me much longer because I'm breaking up with her. And I added, "Not only that, Emma, you're also not getting your bag back, since everything you have in that bag is what I bought for you with my money, and you obviously do not deserve it." By then, Emma was sobbing with tears and said, "I'm really sorry, Freddie. I don't care about the bag or the money. You can take it. I really love you and want to be with you. Please, let's forget the past." To be honest, hearing these words from her made me feel something that I had never felt in my life. I felt powerful. The more she begged me to stay with her, the more I lost interest. And I thought to myself, she felt exactly like I did when I was running after her all these months. I guess we're not that different after all. At that moment, all my anger disappeared, and I looked at her with pity and realized that what she did was out of human nature to want what we don't have. And I understood how childish it was to take her bags in stupid revenge. She taught me an important lesson that was more valuable than the few $1,000s I'd spent on her. After all, in the end, I was sitting in my dad's hotel, and a few $1,000s meant nothing to me. So I decided to give her the bag back, and even thanked her, because what she did just made me. Sometimes the best way to obtain something is not by trying too hard, rather to simply let it go.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I was only 12 when I solved a murder. You see, my dad is the sheriff of our small town, and around here is a local hero. As expected, he is also my personal hero and role model. So, it's not a surprise to anyone that I want to be a cop just like him when I grow up. My mum doesn't appreciate it much, but she also doesn't much talk about it. For me, being a real-life cop has always been my fantasy. I read books a lot. Mystery and crime novels are my favourites, and on many occasions I try to figure out who the killer is right from the start of a mystery novel. Most of the times, my guess is accurate. But I know merely solving crimes in novels doesn't make me a cop. Little did I know I would have the chance to solve one in real life at a very early age. One day something unusual happened in our small town. There was a murder, and the whole town was in shock. 16-year-old Jane had been killed in her own house, right in her bedroom, and everyone was talking about it. In my small town, everyone knows everyone, and news here travels really fast. Not much happens around here. Just a few burglaries once in a while, and the petty criminals get busted almost every time. Someone getting killed was unheard of. These people needed answers, and the cops were under a lot of pressure. I was terrified when I heard the news. Why would anyone kill
Alright guys, I'm gonna end it right here because I don't know how to do this. So
I couldn't grasp what happened. My dad was really confused about the murder. He had not had to investigate a murder for a very long time.